Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. We got a really unique video today. Casey, we're doing an install, aren't we?
Yep.
All right, what's the product?
We've got the Joolca mounted double ensuite shower tent. So this is a 2-room mounted shower tent, pops out. You've got a shower side and then a bathroom / changing room side. Very excited. I have not seen anybody else do the double like this on a mounted ensuite. So we're gonna throw it up here on the back of the Conqueror and see how it goes.
Okay, so that's really cool. The Conqueror 490 is actually something that's highlighted on Joolca's website as a great candidate for placing the awning, but they do it a little different. They do it on the side and you're gonna do a rear mount. Why is that?
Well, because the one that they have on their website either doesn't have the double awning like I have, or they took it off. And so there's really nowhere to mount it on the side without either removing this or drilling into the Conqueror, which I don't want to do. And I understand why they did it, because here's where my shower hookups are, and that would be really nice. But for now, I'm going to try it on the back and see how that goes, because I'm just not ready to mess with anything over here.
All right, so we've got a couple of things we got to do. We got to remove the rear camera up here, and then what else?
We got to drill a couple of holes in this shelf in order to accommodate the mounting brackets, and then it should be very easy.
All right, cool. Well, all of that and next, folks. All right, while Casey is figuring out his install and getting it dialed in, I'm going to show you guys the other option. This is actually what we use. This is the Joolca triple ensuite. It's a 3-room tent. You set your shower up, you got a changing area, and you got a toilet. I'm going to show you guys how long it takes to set this up. It's feature set, and then we'll talk a little bit about why we chose this and why Casey is going with the mounted double ensuite. Okay, there you go. So from bag to setup in about 1.5 minutes, that's pretty good. So if somebody's really got to go to the bathroom and they need some privacy at camp, you're only about 90 seconds being able to use the Joolca triple ensuite. Now let's take a little bit of a deep dive into what the rooms are all about, what the different features are, and how you can use it. All right, so right here you can see there's a giant changing area as soon as you enter the tent. So we got a strap there to put a towel over to keep that dry. Up at the top, we've got a couple of mesh pockets for some dry clothes, whatever it is you're changing into, and places for valuables, things like phones, watches, jewelry. And if you'll notice at the bottom, all the way around this tent, we actually have drainage. So you've got it in the changing room, and you also have it in both the rooms here that do zip up. So we've got a place to route our shower head and water tubing. We've got skylights, windows that do open with zippers, and a nice little pocket over here for soaps and shampoos, as well as up top. So plenty of places to keep things while you're showering. That is a Joolca shower head. Check out the really cool on-off switch that they've got, and a place to hang it up top. That on-off switch is great so you can conserve water, right? You don't have to just turn it on and off at the camper. Now, on the other side over here, this is the toilet side of the tent. Again, same type of features up here at the top, but this side's really intended to set up a toilet. You got a place to keep your toilet paper, and again, just offering up some privacy. I like that there's 3 separate areas in this tent, which is the reason that we decided to go with the triple versus the single or the double. It does take up quite a bit more room from a footprint standpoint, but the nice thing, being able to keep it away from the camper, we can choose where we want to put it. Things are being drilled. There's things happening right now. What's going on right now, guys? Point of no return. Checking in. Casey, tell me what you've done so far.
So I've just drilled a couple of holes in this here shelf so that I had a way to bolt the L brackets to the shelf. Other than that, install is going to be pretty straightforward. It's like any other awning that you mount to your car or rack or whatever.
But we're going to take those brackets off.
Yeah.
We're going to slide them into the channel here first, get them tightened down. But you just wanted to get those pre-drilled and ready to go.
Make sure everything works.
All right, a couple of things that we noted during this part of the process. First of all, this hardware was pre-installed on the bracket, and it was actually backwards.
Mhm.
And so we had to flip the nuts and the bolts around direction-wise to get it correct. And then
Mhm.
the other thing is, that's actually a little bent down here on this end. Luckily, we were able to start a
Yeah.
nut on that end and slide it all the way down.
It's also aluminum, so we probably could have bent
Mhm.
that pretty easily. The other thing
Yeah.
is, I tend to want to put these on the brackets and then slide the whole assembly in from the side. You can't do that the way they've put these little the nuts sticking off right here, but whatever. Yeah.
All right, ready to go?
Yep.
All right, let's see what we got.
So it goes in that little slot right there.
Casey, you ready to actually open this thing up?
Let's do it. Haven't done it yet.
All right.
All right.
It'll be pretty cool.
All right.
Who knows what we're gonna find?
What are we gonna find?
You guys are learning on the fly with us.
All right, so we got these latches right here. Pop this guy open first. We're gonna bring this one out. And you can stop right here if you want.
Okay.
But we're not. But you can use just one at a time if you want. It's really gonna kind of set out better if we do both. And there we go.
Okay.
Now, you may have already noticed one problem with this mounting location, and that is...
It's a little short.
Yeah, so I think before we really go any further, I've got to make some adjustments to it. I've got to pull this whole thing up. This part's down way too low. And to do that, I've got to undo these screws on all three arms and pop off that plastic cap and roll these up and then put them back in. So
okay, so it comes with some adjustability baked into the design. You can actually raise this up for more privacy.
So I think we'll do some time lapse on that.
Okay.
And then come back to all the other features.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, one thing I will say about that process was really, really easy. So you're just taking off those 3 Allen heads on each of these, sliding it out, rolling it back up. I was a little concerned that as we got a ton of fabric rolled around the little aluminum slide, that it might not go back in, but it went in no problem.
It does. You just want to make sure you're holding it kind of taut front to back, and so it doesn't bind up as you're pushing it in.
Yeah.
And then, you know, the other thing is, so we should mention, Joolca makes a single version of this. And having 3 arms that you have to do evenly and simultaneously adds an extra little fiddliness to it, right?
A little bit.
Because you got to kind of make sure you're feeding them in close to the same amount. But otherwise, it's cool. Now, I will say, like, if you're thinking, oh, I can have this on my camper, and then maybe if you've got like an overlanding Jeep or something like that, and you want to go out without a trailer or something at some point, or you have multiple vehicles and you want to move it back and forth, and they're different heights, then this process is going to be tedious to you. But, you know, I don't think that's going to be a concern for most people.
Well, it makes a huge difference. I will say that, right? So now you got full privacy for anybody up to your height, and you are
6'2"-ish. Okay. So, you know, and like you said, if you're familiar with other shower pop-out tents like this one, most of them have, you know, I don't know, 10 to 12 different little straps all around the perimeter to adjust the height with. So that's going to be kind of a pain, and it makes the side of it less like straight and solid, right? So this is better for that.
Yeah, this is very well defined. There's actually, you can't tell on camera, but there's little pieces inside of this. So this is not going to, I mean, the wind could blow it in, but you're getting a lot more of a structure with this particular awning setup. It's really nice.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but if you guys notice these little Velcro straps out on the outer edge, doesn't Joolca sell poles that go with this?
I think they do. Yeah, just to provide even more structure on the outside.
And it's kind of a beach setup thing too, right? Where I think where you can't stake it in on the sides, but it would give you a little more support for these as well.
Yeah, we should note down here at the bottom, you got plenty of places to put some anchors down into the ground, keep it down there, keep it on the ground wherever you want. All right, should we open this thing up? Take a look inside?
Let's do it. Show you what we like about the inside. Quick note, Joolca did not supply an Allen key for this, so we had to go hunt it down. It is a 2.5 millimeter. All right, so make sure you keep one of those with you. And you know, as always with these tiny little Allen keys, be careful that you're not using something too small and you round out the inside of your nuts.
All right, so we're ready to really give you guys a good walkthrough of what this is all about. Now, over here on the left side, that's your shower side. That's your shower side, but there's a lot of different configurations over here on the right. Casey, why don't we show them what that's all about?
Yeah, so this is how we would use it most of the time. You would just enter through here, zip it down the corner, and you know, you'd have your changing area, bathroom, whatever you want. But one of the things we love about Joolca is that they, before they bring a product out, think of so many things beyond just basic use case, right? So check this out. You can zip this up. Oh. Uh-oh. Okay. All right.
Careful with your zippers, folks.
Yeah. So,
all right, so you unzipped that from the bottom back to the top, unhooked,
and then they give you this right here that you can kind of keep that out of the way. Now, why would you want to do that? So we mentioned that on their Conqueror, on their website, they had mounted it on the side of the camper, and the way they had done it is they had mounted it so that this section was over the door to the camper. Right. So actually, I've kind of done this backwards, because the reason you would want this out of the way, okay, and then if you zipped this back up, you could then come out of your camper into a little privacy area.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so you could change clothes in the morning, whatever.
Well, I'm gonna get this out of the way so that we can show you what's going on with the shower.
All right, I am. We've gone wide mode and Casey's up on the ladder just to be able to talk you guys through what's going on the shower end.
Yeah, so, you know, Joolca is an entire ecosystem, right? So there's lots of little clips here, and because that is gonna work really well if you have the Joolca hot tap, or it's not a hot tap, is it? Just the Joolca shower system.
Yeah,
the hot tap. All right, so it works really well to snap their hoses in. All right, and then you, somewhere up here is this guy to get your shower head hooked to.
Okay.
So that's pretty cool. You could make that work with other systems if you want.
Which you're gonna have to do.
Yeah. So they got the laundry bag here, okay, for your dirty clothes. And, you know, this was nice. It's good to have. It's not, you know, all that different from some of the other ones you see in the space. But what's really cool is this. And this is one of the big things that attracted us to this one, is the dry zone. So if Brian unzips that.
Yeah, hang on. There we go.
There you go.
And lift this back.
Yeah. So you can hang your towel,
get a
your
little strap,
clothes, whatever, and then zip that over it. And so all that stuff underneath that is going to stay dry while you're showering.
Oh, and you almost missed right here. We've got our mesh pockets for all our soaps and bottles.
And
stuff. Shampoo.
So Joolca is not the only one that offers a roof over their shower tents. Oh, and we're a little bit, I don't know why we're all sicky. But they're kind of the only one that offers one that's this good.
This is pretty slick. I didn't even know it came with this.
Yeah. On both sides, all right, you can see you got Velcro up here. Okay.
All right.
There's Velcro over here. And then actually, this goes inside.
Check that out.
And there's Velcro on the inside that this attaches to.
Okay.
Again, I've got a little bit of a height problem, but we'll figure that out. And then you notice the Velcro's in here so that as this goes down, depending on what height you have it mounted, the roof still lines up and keeps it nice and private.
You've got slack.
Right.
Very nice.
And that's on both sides.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so that's even cooler, because if you do have this over a door, you've got extra weather protection getting in and out of your camper.
Yeah.
Ah, nice. They did. They thought of everything.
Yep.
All right, I think the only thing left to do is show them how easy it is to pack it away.
All right, let's do it.
All right. quick pause. These actually latch in here. So there's little stoppers. You have to pull them down, pop them out, and they snap in, each one into place. So there's no guesswork here. That's really cool. We intentionally wanted him to do this by himself. We had a ton of different things that we demoed for you. But all in all, I'm still really impressed how easy this came together. Again, right at about 4 minutes. And most of the time, you're going to be able to do it a lot faster. And I should also say, Case, this is the first time you've done this.
It is, yeah. So, no, I completely agree. Doable by yourself if you have to. Wouldn't want to.
Okay, now that we have the whole thing packed up, let's talk about why you chose this setup versus something like what I've got, which is the triple ensuite. Because I think you had something similar, and now you're switching to this.
Well, now I had a double, and it wasn't a Joolca. It was like an Ozark Trail from Walmart or something like that. And look, that's a cool product. You showed it to me, and it's around the same price as this, but you get the extra third room.
Right.
And so that's really nice, but I really didn't like that style of tent. I didn't like setting it up. I didn't like staking out guy wires. I didn't like muddy bottoms after it's been sitting on the ground for a few days.
Because it does have a floor.
Right. It's got a floor, and the floor gets dirty.
Very.
Yeah. So, the trade-off with this is that now all your shower water and stuff, you're going to get muddy in the back of your camping area.
So you just got to be real choosy about where you set up and take that into account.
Yeah.
Maybe make sure that the back of the camper has a decent runoff area, and it's not going to cause you more problems than it's worth.
Yeah. Now, Joolca also offers a shower floor product that we haven't tried out yet, but you should see if it might work for you. There's some reviews out there on it. I will probably have a video soon showing you kind of a different setup that I've worked out on Amazon. We'll see how that goes to maybe keep some water off of the ground. But for now, we'll try it. So the other thing is that I'm traveling with 2 little kids, 4 and 6, right? And, if you want to tow your trailer out on dirt roads off the beaten path, sometimes you're not that close to a bathroom. And kids don't always give you great warning when they need to go to the bathroom. And so we've had some emergency roadside stops before. And I wanted to just have something that I could deploy quickly off the back of the camper and give the kids, family, whatever, a little bit more privacy.
Okay, guys, I think that wraps it up. You guys got to see 2 really neat products, both from the same company today. Joolca really specializes in overlanding, outback style, hot water systems, shower tents, and now shower awnings. I hope you guys enjoyed watching us install this. It probably took less than 30, 45 minutes in reality to get this thing mounted.
Yeah, if we were smarter, it would have been less.
Yeah, could have been even quicker.
Yeah.
That's usually the case when we do something like this.
Sure.
And then you got to see the overview of the product. Again, if you guys enjoyed this content, make sure you like the video, subscribe for future videos, and really appreciate your support. Oh, God. Oh, God.
It was fine.
Okay. We forgot to mention something. Joolca has a new product announcement, and what is it?
It is a new cassette-style toilet. And we'll review it when we get it. We've got one for pre-order. It's going to take a few months. But, Brian, you're using something like that. I'm using something like that as well. And I had a cassette toilet before and quickly ditched it because it was terrible. But the one Joolca just announced looks like it solves a lot of the problems that you would normally associate with a cassette-style toilet. And we are very excited to review it when it gets in. So again, make sure you like and subscribe so you don't miss out on that.
Miss out on Casey taking a poop in a brand new toilet.
That's right.
And it's called the Gotta Go.
The Gotta Go from Joolca.
Go check out their stuff on their website. It's pretty funny.
Yeah.